are we, ladies? We are the Tigers. When your feet hit the ground, you should be running. You're in the hunt for your next great championship. Who are we?
We are Tigers!
Who are we?
We are Tigers!
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Coach Dee Bro.
Welcome to this special preview edition of Inside LSU Gymnastics here on CST. Along with LSU head coach Dee Bro, I'm Mike Smith. Well, last season was one for the record books for the Fighting Tigers of LSU. A third-place finish nationally, the highest finish in school history for gymnastics. But, you know, from the day, Dee, that the meet ended at the Nationals, preparation started for the 2015 season, and here we are, knocking on the door.
Well, and you know, Mike, we had some big holes after we graduated, such outstanding student athletes, and I think that our freshmen and our preparation and our readiness that we did throughout the summer. You know, they worked with our strength coach, and of course our nutritionist was with them as often as she could be with them during the summer. Everything has just fallen into place, and we feel really prepared.
Well, and you know, you started back with the inter-squads in practice back in October, and take us through the fall and how you actually, because you not only did you lose some gymnasts due to graduation, but you gained a lot of new faces.
Well, and you know, you want to think that when you're recruiting, you're not recruiting, you're reloading. And these freshmen are stepping up and really are showing every day in practice that they're going to be able to fill in those holes.
And then you start to turn the page toward the season, and the team gets to do some fun things too. I know you had a poster signing for the season. Those go out to lots of supporters far and wide and to some schools. And you know, it seemed like the girls really had a fun sort of after finals period of time, and I know they're looking forward to the season.
Well, you know, the thing about it, you do all this training during the semester, and all of a sudden you get to final exams, and it's voluntary practice. And then we came in on Sunday, right before the 101, and the kids were hitting routines and doing exactly what we needed them to do to be ready for tonight.
So you've worked on the physical, but you've also kind of worked on the mental preparation too, and I know that you're fond of choosing a book every year that you like the team to kind of rally around, and this year was no different.
Well, and the kids really enjoy that. You know, it's a time they can just kind of relax, and we give them a small segment. The book we chose this year was The Energy Bus, and they loved it. This book had a lot of things that really applied to what you're trying to do in building the team culture that we want, the team chemistry that we want, and the drive and the motivation. And then you've got to, the kids have to get along. They have to like each other. They have to, it has to be a well-oiled machine, and that's what this Energy Bus talks about. Our
cameras were there. Let's take a look at the discussion.
The thing that I think that we have to take away from our reading, take away from this book, is that we are one. We're committed to our fitness, we're committed to our training, to being everything that we can be in the gym and outside of the gym. The thing that set him apart and really made him begin to it all come together for his presentation and the end of this was he came to the realization that everything he needed was already inside of him. On page 135, 136, they narrowed down 3 principles that he felt like he needed. Let's read the 3 principles that they agreed on that he needed.
Okay, number 1, strive for greatness and produce great ideas, great marketing campaigns, and great results. Number 2, worked with purpose and spirit to develop chief energy officers, not only within their team, but within their entire company by sharing the positive energy. Shared the light. No longer would they be people who just made light bulbs. Instead, they would see themselves as people whose light bulbs helped a child read before bedtime, an elderly person find their medicine at night, a working parent wake up early for work, or a college student study for an important exam. Their work would light up the room in the lives of every man, woman, and child who ever turned on a light switch and benefited from the light of their bulb.
So his purpose.
I think number 3 is really cool because if we apply it to ourselves, then like instead of like just being a gymnastics team, like we're more than that. We're like people who like go out in the community and we do community service, and like we're role models for a bunch of little kids, and like sometimes we don't realize that, and we just come into the gym every day and we're like, oh, we just have to like do gym and like go home and do homework and tutoring. But like we're like an inspiration to a lot of people, and sometimes we forget that, and I think that it's important to remember what we're here for and what our purpose is.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Well, Dee Dee, that was some great behind-the-scenes perspective. I think I'm going to have to get a hold of that book now. But, you know, that's not the only thing that you guys do to get mentally prepared. Something called Tiger Eye is an important part of this program.
Well, you know, when Jay came on board, it was something that he kind of invented. He created this, and then we meshed it and made it become a part of what fits for LSU, and something else that the kids really got behind and really enjoy. But it's an opportunity for us to reward the kids for everything that they do. We have a sign in the gym that says everything counts, and this is part of that everything. Their academic accomplishments, their community service, things that they do in the gym, outside of the gym, things that they do, their grades, things they do in the classroom. Everything gets rewarded. And then when they get their chalice, their cup is full, they get to stand up in front of the team, and the team can reward them with compliments, talking about the great things that they have watched them, the maturity, the growth, and, you know, those intangibles. But they also thank them for, hey, thanks for helping me wash my clothes, you know, that kind of stuff. And then the other thing is true teammates. But the other thing is they can challenge them, and the coaches can take this opportunity to challenge and say, yeah, that was great. Now I want to challenge you to do this better. And it has been, I think, a game changer for us.
You're not one of those like extremely vocal people, but like, I don't know, you always bring me, you know, like some kind of like comfort. Like, everyone knows I can be mental sometimes, but like if I am feeling mental, I can just look at her and she's like, you can do this. And I'm like, you know what, I'm right. I mean, she's right. I can do this. So she's just like always there and like has really good advice. And if you ever need something, telling you, go to Brittany. She knows.
Here's to Britt.
All right, Britt.
It was great. The crowd couldn't have done more. I'm glad they got to hear our teams get into it, and it was just awesome. Hope they loved it. It was good to, you know, go to preseason and kind of get all our jitters out and everything. That it felt great competing in front of a, you know, home crowd. So it was great.
Scarlett Williams, one of the new additions for the LSU Tigers, the senior from Baton Rouge. And Dee Dee, it's great to have her aboard. And, you know, we went into Gymnastics 101 with some really high expectations, but this brainchild was to help bring sort of a level of education to the fans and bring the fans a little closer to the team. And after a couple of years, it's been a huge hit.
Well, I think it is. And, you know, what we learned about this team tonight, they can fly. These kids can fly on vaulting. These were the first solid landings that we've had to take tonight, and the kids did I thought beautiful vaults. I'm ignoring the scores. The vaults in the air were beautiful. Then we go to bars. I mean, it was just the whole night was wonderful, and the crowd kept coming and coming and coming, and all of a sudden, you know, we're filling seats, and it's just a great time, and they're on their feet. And so it was everything we wanted it to be.
You can really sense that the Tiger fans are buying into the program in a big way. We've always had great loyal supporters, but the last few years it's just gone to a new level.
Well, it has, and you know, I was excited because the Tiger Band was able to come tonight, and they're off. I mean, this is their Christmas holidays, and they decided to stay around and do 101 for us, and it just makes the event.
Well, Dee Dee, you know, the fans also have an opportunity to get excited about the brand new LSU Gymnastics training facility, and we had an opportunity to follow Dee Dee out on the construction site. Let's take a look.
Hey, I want to update you on our new gymnastics training center. It's right behind me. The construction it's incredible. They're digging the pits right now. Everything we're doing is underground, and we're maybe a year away from completion. So I just wanted to kind of give you an update and let you see what's going on.
Well, Dee Dee, you can tell that it's really starting to take shape out across the street, and it is going to be one of the finest facilities in the world for gymnastics.
Mike, it's beautiful, and you know, the 3D tour that's on our YouTube site and on our LSUsports.net site really tells a story. It is a commitment to excellence, and the athletic department has said if we're going to do this, we're going to do it 100% the very best in the country, and it is. Joe Oliva has done us well. You know, we're going to be in it next year before this time. So we will have been able to train in it in preparation for 101, and I really believe it's going to help us be a better team.
How so, do you think, real quick?
Well, I just think because we've got more beams. Right now we've got 2 beams that we train on and really 1 good landing area, really 1 set of bars that we train on, and everything happens on the floor exercise area. And Bob's like a Houdini over there on vaulting. He's got 1 vaulting station, and he's coaching some of the best vaults in the country. So I just think when we've got the space and you can take 6 kids to beam and all 6 of them can be on the beam, Jay can have 4 kids on bars and everybody can be swinging bars at the same time. It maximizes your efficiency and the kids can focus and they're not standing in line waiting for turns.
Because you're limited on the time you can spend in the gym, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. But you know, the amenities in this building, the kids aren't going to want to leave. They got a squad room, a locker room, a deck. They're going to have a sauna that you don't even see in the tour. So I mean, it's going to be the best.
LSUsports.net, just take a look at the 3D fly-through, I call it. It's an amazing piece of work that gives the fans really a bird's eye view on what this facility is going to be like.
We're really excited about how we performed. It was an awesome opportunity to get out here and show everyone what we've been working on in front of our home crowd, and it was great to be able to have such a strong beam and bars because we knew we were lacking on that a little bit last year, and we know how confident and we know how strong we are and how much depth we have on floor and vault. So it was just really nice to see those other events shine.
It went great. I think that one thing as a team we figured out is that our bars and beam can be our strongest events when we need them to be. And I think that's what tonight shined, and it was so great to see those 2 really shined and really did really well for us. Now all we have to do, this is just a starting point. This is just showing where we are right now. And if 196.9 is where we are currently, it's amazing where we can go.
Loymencia Hall, a 3-time Southeastern Conference floor champion, and Dee Dee, she and the other seniors are going to play an integral role in this upcoming season. But you know, tonight for Gymnastics 101, you started out on vault, and you know, and the senior Reagan Corville ends things up with a 9.9. But vault is going to continue to improve as the season moves along.
Oh yeah, I mean, you take an event like this, and it's the first time that these kids have done hard floor landings. And the thing that we were wanting to see was consistency in their run, a calm approach to their warm-up, and how they were leaving the board, their position on the horse, if they were maintaining what Bob really drills during practice. And they did a super job. They flew. They were in the air, and they kind of broke position looking for the landings instead of stretching and holding the landing positions. But they're going to be a great vaulting team.
Well, you've got Aaron McAdeg and Maya Hambrick, and of course you've got Sydney Ewing in there as well, and maybe Ashley Nadd in the 1.5.
Yeah.
And it really looks like that's an event that's just primed to take off for the Tigers.
Yeah, and you know, and Bob is pretty meticulous, and and he has a process that he follows them, and they are in his process right now, so that's only going to get better.
And then you moved over to the uneven bars and went with 8 young ladies over on the uneven bars tonight. And how about Shea Zamardi with a 9.9 for the sophomore?
They were great. The kids on bars tonight were great, and I think the judges were tough. They took some pretty severe deductions, things that perhaps maybe, you know, a half a tenth instead of a full tenth, but they got the kids' attention tonight.
Well, the 9.925 by Jessie Jordan was the high water mark on uneven bars. A gorgeous routine for Jessie. Reagan Corville with a 9.825. You know, she's going to be there as the season progresses as well as an all-arounder. Really love the addition of Maya Hambrick in the lineup.
Yeah.
What a beautiful addition there. And as well, Aaron McAdeg, the freshman.
Aaron McAdeg, Jay has taken a little bit of difficulty out of that routine. He's changing the dismount. She's just doing a double tuck right now. And the first half of that routine was really, really good. And, you know, here again, the bar's a little bit tight. It's not the bars we practice on, so it was a little bit of getting used to it. They managed it and did a super job.
49.425 for the Fighting Tigers on the uneven bars in Gymnastics 101, and I could tell there was a buzz in the crowd about that score because they could see the potential that LSU has on the event this season. Well, you can tell where the focus is going to be this season. Beam Dream Team. And it didn't disappoint at Gymnastics 101, Dee Dee. Your girls were just fantastic on that 4-inch slice of wood.
Well, you know, we've got some depth, and I really make them compete every day in practice. They keep track of the numbers, the hits, the sticks. We keep track of everything so that we know at the end of the week they're 15 for 15 and how many they've stuck, or, you know, if it's a light week.
You know, one of the great surprises of last season, to be quite honest, was Sydney Ewing on the balance beam. She was All-American, absolutely fantastic as the season went on. And if we look at Gymnastics 101, she just picks up where she left off.
She did a good job, and she does that in practice. She's a little bit, I think she's a little bit anxious about sticking the dismount, and she stuck it tonight, but she does good difficulty. And you know, I've known Sydney a long time. She's learned a lot of what she does on beams. She's learned it at our camp, and we teach it to her. She goes home, and next season it's in her routine.
She's from right down the road in
Lafayette.
Lafayette, for those watching at home.
And does a great job. Loves LSU and loves what she's doing, and is a great team person.
I'll tell you, another great team person in the making is the freshman Erin McAdeg from San Mateo, California, in the San Francisco Bay Area, and 9.95, and we all just sort of mouths just wide open about what we can expect from this young lady.
You know, I have to laugh because Jay and Bob call the little grasshopper, you know, and she does. She's so serious, and she's so committed, and she so wants to do well, and she so wants to please. And you watch her on the beam, and it's just fluid. It's beautiful, and that's what she does in practice, and that's what we expect in her performance. And it was absolutely a 10-0 tonight. It was beautiful.
But she's not the only one that's talented in that lineup, Dee Dee. I'll tell you, when you have Bugs Nat and you have Reagan Corville, who missed a national championship on the balance beam by about that much, is some serious talent.
But the beautiful beam worker, the ice water in her veins, is Jessie Jordan. That was beautiful beam tonight.
That is. It really is, and she did not disappoint with a 9.85 tonight in the Gymnastics 101, the first opportunity to do beam for the season and for many of these young ladies in the Maravich Center, and they really responded.
Yeah, Jessie knocking on the door of a 10, because I think she took a little hop on the dismount, and you could see the judges just drop their pins. They were like, "Oh, really? You're going to hop on that dismount?" I mean, they wanted it to be there for her. It was so beautiful.
I'll tell you what was really cool tonight. You know, Gymnastics 101 is fun, but the fans were really in it. And the fans know our tradition in the Maravich Center, which is when LSU finishes a home meet on beam and you go to the floor, everyone gets up on their feet.
Yeah.
And they did tonight and urged the Tigers on to the floor exercise. And you can tell that, again, the legs are there, the tumbling's there. This is going to be an exciting team on that event.
Well, and I think the thing that impressed me the most is that the next day, the day after, these kids did full sets yesterday in preparation for tonight. Wow. And I told them in our team meeting after the meet, the 101, you're an elite group. You did something tonight that is going to prepare you to be the very best team in the nation as we move forward. And they said, you know, what did we do? I said, well, you did full sets yesterday, then you worked out on the PMAC, and then you came out here today and did full sets, and look how well they tumbled. They're getting incredible choreography. Their choreography is beautiful, and it's only going to get better. The crowd was just wowed by what Ashley Claire Kearney has done with the choreography. But these kids can tumble.
Love Jessie Jordan's new choreography and the music, and I think the fans really responded to it as well.
Yeah, oh yeah.
9-9 tonight.
But yeah, 9-9, but then Reagan Corville, she does this unbelievable movements, how she moves in that routine, and then Lamencia Hall went out there and did her version of Les Miles, and that was
it brought the house down.
That was a crowd pleaser.
You'll see that one on YouTube, I'm sure.
She's so high in her double back in her last pass that she could have done a triple.
Yeah, really like what Sydney Ewing could bring to the lineup. Perhaps
we didn't see that last year,
no,
did we?
Didn't.
Yeah.
And what a plus to have.
It opens with an E. She does front double full, and you know, finished with the double pikes. You got to get a little bit better condition, a little bit better shape, but that routine will make the lineup at some point during the season.
I think the real sleeper, though, in this floor lineup is Jessica Savona. Again, one of the biggest tumblers on the team, and let's not forget, she's a champion. She was the 2013 SEC floor champion for a reason.
Oh yeah. Now she was sick during finals, so we did not see her at all during the final exam period. It was all she could do to get to her test. So she came in on Sunday, so she was really kind of behind everybody else. So I was very, very pleased with her putting together 3 good events tonight.
196.950 in Gymnastics 101, a fine preseason start, if you will.
I think it's a perception winner. I think that we went out there and did a great job for ourselves, a perception that, hey, we are the real deal. And now the kids are going to go home. They're motivated to train when they're at home. We come back on the 28th and focus on the first meet and the first meet only.
And we'll take a look at the upcoming season for the Fighting Tigers of LSU after this timeout on Inside LSU Gymnastics here on CST.
I felt really good doing that beam. Like, I love competing, and beam is one of my favorite events, and I just went out there and did what I could, and I knew that I could do great, and I just thought about competing for the team and doing my best so we can be prepared for the season.
So the season is upon us, and that means one more thing. Classes start again here shortly, and the LSU Tigers in gymnastics, Dee Dee, have always been strong in the classroom, and in the fall, they were even stronger.
Well, you know, we pride ourselves in being a well-balanced team, and the academics is of course the main prong. It's the reason that we're here, and this team took their goal and built on it. We asked them, we want a 3.4. They went 3.43 as a team, and we're just waiting to see if we're the highest GPA on campus. Everything is a competition, but you know, it's just we want to do well. The kids want to excel in the classroom. We're constantly preaching, you're not going to be the exception to the rule, you're going to be the example of the rule. And had some great instructors and professors in the audience for Gymnastics 101. We hosted a reception before this meet started from 6 to 7, and we had a lot of professors in here. Our provost was here as one of our hosts, and it was fun. Well, Dee Dee, the season gets kicked off in the Maravich Center on January the 9th when the Iowa Hawkeyes come into the Maravich Center, and it's going to be a great meet, a great atmosphere. We're really looking forward to it, and of course, Inside LSU Gymnastics will get kicked off on a weekly basis. Look for us in your local listings the week of January the 12th. So for head coach Dee Dee Bro, I'm Mike Smith saying thanks so much for watching this special preview edition of Inside LSU Gymnastics here on CST. We'll see you down the road.